Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Jaeger LeCoultre Master Grande Tradition à Tourbillon. 43mm in 18 karat rose gold. You can see and you can purchase this dual time automatic tourbillon on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high resolution images for your desktop, and of course complete pricing information for this Jaeger LeCoultre dual time automatic tourbillon. Now, this watch represents a considerable evolution of the timepiece Jaeger LeCoultre first debuted in 2006. Part of the same family of watches, this timepiece debuted at SIHH 2011, a significant refinement on the case profile as well as the mechanism of the earlier editions. Now, what makes this one different is that the lugs and the case are finer than the predecessors. The Master Grande Tourbillon in 43mm debuted in 2007, but it was a little bit cumbersome, packing more of a sports watch lug profile than this finer and more elegant dress-oriented successor. So here's how the watch measures: 43mm across the diagonal of the case, so the same as the previous watch, but it's in the thickness where this watch really stands out. This example, 13mm thick, far lower on the wrist, and with pared down lugs, 50mm from lug to lug. Not nearly as broad across the wrist. This watch is both visually more elegant and a better ergonomic fit for smaller wrists, my wrist being 16 centimeters in circumference, more oval than round in profile and flat across the top, so this wears well. If you couldn't wear the prior watch, you definitely deserve to give this one a try because it fits completely different. Now, it does have a satisfying heft to it thanks to the full gold case, executed entirely in-house at the manufacturer, and you'll note curved spring bars, so there's more of an integrated look. They do close the gap to the flank of the case, allowing less daylight to shine through. And the strap itself is one of Jaeger LeCoultre's best. Bolstered down the center, monotone stitch, very robust rectangular scale alligator leather. It has a lot of body volume, and yet it's not excessively stiff. It has a nice souplesse to it, even in new condition. The watch is paired with a simple Jaeger LeCoultre logo and polished pin buckle for easy on-the-fly adjustability. Now, the case here really is quite a bit more nuanced than the predecessor. You can see the step of the bezel designed to pair the visual mass, alternate satin-finished flanks, polished bevels, lug hoods, and bezel. It's very elegant, and again, it does break up the mass far better than the previous case, in addition to actually being thinner and finer in every respect. Now, the dial is maximized. Jaeger LeCoultre does push the eggshell beige dial out to the very periphery of the case, making full use of the case span in a manner that the predecessor did not. You'll also note a beautiful golden chapter ring between the indications of the date, it's a radially displayed date, and the dart-style indices in gold, polished and faceted. Now, that demarcation is designed to make it easier to read the date, and of course you can see the radial date indicator on the 15th. I'm going to demonstrate how the jump date function works. Now, it is a GMT or dual time watch, and you can set the local hour hand independently, you'll note, of the reference time at 12 o'clock, but it's that local hour hand that is going to drive the radial date to jump. And you'll note how in the course of a single night, the date indicator makes a full jump to the 16th, so that you never have to go a day in which the tourbillon cage is even partially obscured. And of course you have the ease of automatic winding and a second time zone, a very versatile watch. Now, the dial has that rich eggshell beige to it, and there is a matching chapter ring on the reference time zone. You can see it in polished gold. It also has a change of plane, and it naturally balances out the tourbillon aperture at 6 o'clock. A very well-balanced watch, better considered than its predecessor from an aesthetic standpoint. And that continues in the newest iteration of the caliber 978. Now, the original won the 2009 chronometry competition against remarkably August competition from independents and large factories alike. That caliber 978 in Leloc, as tested independently, achieved a rate of plus 47.5 seconds per year on an annualized basis. That's the kind of performance this movement achieved, and it beat Jaeger LeCoultre's own Gyro Tourbillon 2 in that competition. They placed first and second. But here you can see that the old bow tie style tourbillon bridge, inspired by the late 1940s caliber 170 observatory chronometer movement, has been swapped out for a single horizontal bar with continuous black polish and rounded finish. It's far less obtrusive than the old bow tie, which, while historically evocative, also covered a great deal of the tourbillon cage. The beautiful hand-rounded polish, black polish indeed, of the new bridge is beautiful to look at under the loupe, and even at an arm's length shows you so much more of the tourbillon cage and the escapement mechanism. It's a huge upgrade aesthetically and artisanally. On the caseback, the movement's rather more industrial than it appears on the front, being heavily based on the caliber 975 auto tractor. Short of the tourbillon cage, it's very workmanlike, solid, and thus reliable. 33 joules and just over 300 parts. It has 45 hours of power reserve and an efficient unidirectional winding system borne on unlubricated ceramic rotor bearings. Again, for long-wearing durability, it is a tough movement, free-sprung in nature. So not only is it a tourbillon, but being free-sprung, it doesn't have a mobile index that can accidentally be bumped and inadvertently adjusted by disruptions on the wrist. And again, because it is a Jaeger LeCoultre, it is built for everyday use, and it has a very surprising 5 ATM or 5 bar water resistance, which, according to the manufacturer, could be used for swimming. Personally, I would not chance it, but it's an impressive refinement on top of many. This timepiece can be seen and purchased on our website.